guys, and welcome to our 15-minute morning yoga class. I have my best friend Yaman here with me, and we're super excited to start the day with you. So let's get right into it. We only have a short time together. Start in a comfortable seat. If it's more comfortable for you, you can also sit on the heels or cross-legged, and then roll the shoulders up to the ears and exhale, rolling them down the back, and softly close your eyes. Since you've just woken up, it's probably a nice moment for you to check in, see how your mind is feeling after a night of rest. Is it racing? Have you still got a lingering dream going on? And take a quick body scan as well, seeing if there's any parts of the body that are holding tension. Normally our hips can get quite tight after sleeping, the sides of the body. And then just noticing where they are, and we'll check back in at the end of class and see if anything has changed. And let's start deepening the breath together, so inhaling through the nose, seeing if you can direct the breath down to the belly, and exhale, maybe sigh out the mouth. 3 more like this, inhaling deeply from the belly to the ribs, to the chest, and exhale, sigh out the mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose, and this time exhale and keep it out through the nose. One last time, fill up with energy, fill up with air, and exhale through the nose. And then slowly start to open the eyes. Tent your fingers out at either side of you, and let's start warming up the neck by just dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Maybe you can close the eyes off here and get feeling deeper into the neck. And maybe you want to drop the neck and the chin down to the chest, and then maybe rock your head back, seeing if there's any tightness here, and maybe holding for a second and breathing there. And if it feels comfortable, bring your chin to your chest, so you're stretching out the back of the neck. Make sure your shoulders are nice and dropped down from the ears. And then on an inhale, bring the left ear to the left shoulder and feel the stretch along the right side of your neck. Breathing deeply here. Taking your time, it's the beginning of the day, so we should be really soft and gentle. And then coming chin in towards the chest, back into center, and then just slowly lift your head back up. We'll inhale our arms up overhead, and then exhale, right hand comes down to the right side, left arm comes up overhead, and feel the stretch along the left side body. As I said, the sides of the bodies get really tight during sleep, so be gentle here. Maybe you want to pulse gently here, bending the right elbow. Make sure that your chest is nice and open, and breathe all the way from the side of your hip to the top of your fingertips. We'll take one last breath here, breathing deeply into the left side body. And exhale. And bring your left hand down in front of you. We're going to walk around the front, so walking your hands in front of you, and then finding your way on the other side. So the left hand comes down, and we inhale the right arm up over the ear. And maybe close off the eyes. And you can take those pulses if you did it on the other side, or just stay still. Breathing into the right side body. Inhale. And exhale. And then dropping that right hand down, we'll come back through center, and then just tuck your chin into your chest and walk your way back up to seated. Now let's make our way to tabletop. So nice having you here. Plant the hands down firmly, so really spread those fingers out wide, shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. And then we'll inhale, we're going to rock forward, so we're warming up the wrists here, and then come back. Inhale as you come forward, putting some gentle pressure on the wrists, and come back. One more time in this direction, and back, and then switching, going over to the other way. Exhaling, coming back. Inhale and exhale, and again inhale and exhale, and then slowly coming back to neutral. Let's take some hip circles here. So we're going to lift the right knee off the mat gently, and then just taking some circles in one direction, just lubricating the hip joints, also getting really tight during sleep. See if you can activate the core to stay balanced in the upper body, and switch directions, coming in the unusual way for you. Remember to breathe, activating the core, belly button towards the spine, and then gently dropping that right knee down. Other side, left knee lifts, and then rotating here. Activating the core, staying balanced between both hands. See if you're putting too much pressure on the left hand and see if you can equalize that. And then switching sides. Breathing deeply here. Seeing if these wide circles are really opening up that hip joint and activating the glute muscles. And then slowly release both knees down. Time to warm up the core. Tuck your toes under and hover your knees off the mat. So really see if you can get a nice long spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Really activating the core muscles here. Seeing if you can keep nice and still. Breathing deeply. We're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, let's push our hips up and back and find your way into your first downward facing dog. So pedal out through the feet here. You can take one knee and bend it, and then bend the opposite, pushing one heel down at a time. Maybe shaking your head out, making sure that your head is hanging heavy and your neck is nice and relaxed. Breathing deeply, allowing the stretch in the back to really expand. This should feel really nice in the morning as we stretch out the back of the legs and let the spine relax. Pushing through both hands equally. And then slowly when you're ready, just coming back to stillness in your down dog. Again, keep your knees bent as generously as you need to since it's early in the morning. And we're going to come back to these tabletops here. So what we're going to do is inhale, come forward, bend the knees and let the knees hover off the mat until you feel the core activate. And then exhale, push your hips up and back, down dog. 4 more. Inhale, roll your way forward, knees hovering off the mat, feel the core, and exhale, pushing the hips up and back. 3 more, inhale, and exhale. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Last time, really undulate through the spine, and exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. So as before, we're going to take some hip circles here, but what we're going to do is try and keep the leg nice and straight. So take the right leg out behind you, 3-legged dog, and then just move the leg around, keeping it as straight as you can do. Feel this activate the core, the sides of the hips, the glute muscles, even more, getting into the obliques. Seeing if you can keep that core activation and the weight between the hands at the top of the mat nice and equal. Switch directions, coming around the other way. You'll get a nice activation of the muscles in the inner and the outer thighs, which is always really nice. One last time here. And then bringing that right leg back out behind you into your 3-legged dog. Now stepping the right foot forward, we're going to stay in a nice runner's lunge here. So tent up onto the fingers and just rock back and forward. You can have the knee lifted or on the mat, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And feel the psoas on the left side open up. Breathe here. One more breath here, getting into the hips here. And then slowly come back to stillness. Use the core activation we've got and lift the hands off the mat and find yourself into your high lunge. Now this should feel nice and low because we've opened up the hips. Feel nice and strong in both legs and make sure that both hip bones are facing the front of your mat. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come into a twist, so bring the left hand down onto the mat, lift the right arm up to the sky, easy twist here, bringing that right hip joint into the body. Lengthening the fingers up to the sky. One deep breath here. Exhale. And then we're going to come onto the knife's edge of the left foot. Step the right foot on top of the left. Come into a side plank. So push your hips up and high. Activating the core. Feeling the hips really working here. Breathing deeply. One more breath here. And then slowly bring the right hand down, finding yourself in high plank, and we'll vinyasa through. So you can do this on the knees or knees lifted, coming through your chaturanga, pushing forward, up dog, and hips come up and back. Down dog, amazing. So let's do all of that on the other side here. So we're gonna lift the left leg up this time, three-legged dog, and take our circles, trying not to kick the person next to you. It's always so hard when I tested this before. I was like hitting my fridge and yeah. So make the circles as big or as small as your space can allow. Remembering to breathe. And then when you're ready, switching the directions, coming in and out in the opposite way as before. Again, feeling the glutes activate and the obliques working. And one last time here. And then slowly bring the left leg out behind you, three-legged dog. Stepping that left foot nice and forward. And we'll stay in our runner's lunge again. So really rocking back and forth. You can also bring some circles in the hips if you feel nice. Or just pushing the chest forward, keeping the spine nice and long. And feeling the opening in the front of the right thigh. Breathing here. One more breath here. And then keeping the legs nice and stable, activate the core and lifting the arms up to the sky into our high lunge. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the right hand down now onto the mat, lifting the left arm up to the sky, easy twist. Inhale and exhale, sinking the hips down. Inhale and exhale. And now coming onto the knife's edge of the right foot, lifting the left foot on top of the right, coming into our side plank. Breathing here, 2 deep breaths as you lift the hips up to the sky, feeling those obliques working. Inhale and exhale. And then releasing that left hand down and coming through your vinyasa. Into chaturanga, up dog, and coming into down dog. Amazing. So we're going to do that core work here, but instead of rolling forward into our tabletop, we'll roll forward into plank 5 times. So inhale, coming forward into a high plank, getting the shoulders over the wrists, and exhaling down dog. 4 more times. Inhale, rolling forward, and exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Downward facing dog, staying here. We'll do the same flow again. We're going to keep out the hip circles though, and we'll do it a little bit faster now with a warrior 3 added in. So starting on the right side, inhale, lift the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog, and exhale, just come straight through to runner's lunge. And inhale, come up into high lunge, and exhale, come up on, balancing on the right foot, hands can come to heart center or in front of you, into our warrior 3, sorry, you're going to be in my sink soon. Inhale, and then exhale, come back into our high lunge. Bring the left hand down, right arm up, easy twist. And then coming into our side plank. And then coming through our vinyasa, high plank, chaturanga. Up dog, and down dog. One more flow on one other side. Left leg comes up and back. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, coming up into our high lunge. And then exhale, coming into our warrior 2. We're going to hold here, 1 breath. Inhale. And exhale. Now coming back into our high lunge. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up, easy twist. Coming into our side plank, last side plank of the day. And then coming down plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Amazing. We're going to step our feet forward, coming into a ragdoll in the middle of the mat. So your feet are hip width distance apart, bend the knees, and grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Let your head hang heavy. Swaying from side to side. Allowing your spine to decompress here as your head hangs heavy and your neck is relaxed. And your shoulders. And exhale. And then slowly releasing the hands down. Staying down here in our forward fold, we're just going to toe heel our feet to the opposite sides of the mat. Toes out, heels in, and sit down into our malasana. Don't worry if your heels are lifted here. Whatever feels comfortable for you this morning, and just rock from side to side, opening the hips up even more. If you feel good, you can bring your hands together at heart center with the elbows in the inside of the knees. Breathing deeply here. You can close the eyes off if you'd like. One more breath here. And then slowly opening the eyes. And bring the hands behind you and come to sitting onto your butt. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together for one last stretch here. So your hands come to the ankles, roll the shoulders down the back, and exhale, folding over the legs. Allow your hands to come out in front of you. So we're getting a nice stretch in the back as well. Let your chin drop into your chest so you're elongating the neck. And as you breathe, see if you can lengthen the spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, fold deeper over the legs. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath here. And exhale. Slowly walking yourself back up to seated. Crossing over the legs, and just as we were at the beginning, coming into a seated position, bringing the hands onto the knees, however feels good for you, rolling the shoulders up to the ears one last time, and exhaling down the back, and closing the eyes. Now checking in just like we did at the beginning of class, noticing if any of those places of tension are still holding it. See if anything feels a little bit more expansive, a little bit more calm, a bit more open. And just take this last moment of meditation to set an intention for your day ahead. It's always so important to do these kind of practices in the morning because you get to really decide how you want to feel today and what you want to achieve. So give yourself a moment to do that. And then when you're ready, let's close with one last cleansing breath together. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And exhale, sigh out the mouth. And you can open the eyes. So hopefully you feel good practicing with us this morning. It's sunny here, so hopefully wherever you are, it's also sunny with you today. And have an amazing time. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you want Yaman to be a constant figure in my classes. And see you next time. Bye.